President Trump announced a $2,000 tariff dividend for most Americans, calling it a reward funded by tariff revenues. Supporters are cheering for another round of stimulus checks, while critics warn it could fuel inflation and push the U.S. debt past $38 trillion. Welcome to the Daily Blockhead, where I cover daily crypto news, trending coins, market shifts, and the global events shaping today's crypto. Now, let's jump right into it. For most Americans, this money is needed. Our day-to-day living costs are absolutely crushing, and while this is not an overnight fix, it is something. But I am left wondering, what will this actually cost us in the end? It's like the old adage, no good deed goes unpunished. I want to be ultra hyped for this, and part of me is. The problem is what happens on the back end and what we don't see right away. By not paying down the national debt, cutting costs of living, or addressing the blatant abuse of the housing market, the $2,000 will come and go for most Americans, ultimately solving nothing. And that is my concern. This is not financial advice. Rather, it's coming from someone who has some life experience and knows that money comes and goes. Last time this happened in 2021, we saw some of the craziest gains in crypto, and this could very well happen again. So who stands to profit from this? To quote Bernie Sanders, the millionaires and the billionaires. And to be honest, they will see the biggest upside. That leads me to my final question. What can you control and actually do with that money if it comes in? For me, I will be investing every cent of it and taking profits. United States President Donald Trump announced on Sunday that most Americans will receive a $2,000 dividend from the tariff revenue and criticized the opposition to his sweeping tariff policies. Over on Truth Social, President Trump posted, "We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone." However, there is a catch. The U.S. Supreme Court is hearing arguments about the legality of the tariffs, and even the prediction markets are jumping in, skeptical that the Supreme Court will approve the tariff policy. As of today, Kalshi places the odds at 20% that the Supreme Court will approve the tariff policy. Now, prediction markets are not always a guarantee, but it does give you insight in how people are feeling about the situation. However, not everyone is cheering. Analysts are warning that what looks like free money could quietly come with a massive cost. And that's where the conversation takes a sharp turn. Over on X, the Kobeissi Letter posted, "We expect 85+% of US adults to receive this, resulting in over $400 billion handed out. All as the US debt nears $40 trillion. Historically, as we have received stimulus packages, the debt ceiling has skyrocketed. And that's what the Kobeissi Letter is expecting now. We are here, and with this new stimulus package, we could see debt climb dramatically. If this payout is anything like we've seen in the past, March of 2021, the $1,400 stimulus check, full payments were only made to single filers making up to $75,000, households making up to $112,500, and married earners up to $150,000. Currently, there are approximately 220 million US adults who fit these income criteria. The top 15% earners would be excluded from as high income. So if we put 220 million times $2,000, that's going to be approximately $440 billion handed out. But here's where the Kobeissi Letter really drives that point home. It's not just about where the money comes from, it's about what happens after it's handed out. Because whether it's tariffs, taxes, or the Fed's printer, the results are the same. More liquidity flooding into an already inflated system. And maybe that's the bigger takeaway here. It's not just where the money comes from, it's the cycle we keep repeating. So this time is going to be different, for me at least. Instead of getting caught up in the hype of free money, I'm choosing to make it work, for me and my family. If this tariff dividend actually happens, I won't treat it like a windfall. I'll treat it like a tool, a chance to invest more into my portfolio, to grow, and to make something lasting out of it. Because at the end of the day, that's the only real way to win in this cycle. Use short-term opportunity to build long-term freedom. So what do you think? Do you see this tariff dividend as an opportunity or a distraction? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you'd do with an extra $2,000. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It's one of the easiest ways to support the channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for daily crypto updates. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.